Hi, everyone. This is Richard Sasso with the Sasso Realty Group. I'm also a loan officer with Altera Home Loans, and I'm here with Amanda Gonzalez on our team.
Yep, my name is Amanda. I'm also a realtor with Sasso Realty Group.
Amanda, how's it going today?
It's good.
Excellent.
How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
So we are starting a series, and we wanted to tackle the questions that most people have and talk about maybe current events in real estate and lending. What are you seeing in the marketplace right now with some of the buyers that you're working with?
Well, it's definitely slowed down. The market has definitely slowed down. We can see that the houses have stayed in the market for longer than we're used to, right?
Yeah.
They're in the market for a week and a half, and then you're like, there's something wrong with that house. And there's actually nothing wrong with the house. It's in perfect
Right.
condition. It's just that there's no buyers out there. People are scared of the rates.
Right. Well, the rates are a big deal. I think that that is probably the principal reason why people are on pause with their home search. And I think there's two sides of the coin to really understand with that. A lot of possible buyers are thinking about waiting for the rates to go down. The problem is if you're waiting for the rates to go down, like most people probably are, you are likely to compete on the same house because inventory in our area, at least here in Richmond, is reduced. It's very low. It's been the past several years have been pretty low. So I always tell our clients who come in to get pre-qualified that you got to look at it from that perspective, but also that even though the rate is higher now, if you can afford the monthly payment, right? If you're comfortable with it, there's not that much competition. So the house that you want to buy, whether it's been available for a week, 2 weeks, or longer, you're more likely to be able to negotiate the sales price, closing cost help. You're going to be able to perform a home inspection most likely and ask for repairs. When you're competing with a bunch of other clients who want to buy a house, you probably can't ask for a lot of those things. Or you can, but you're not likely to win your offer, win that house, right?
Like last year, if you didn't submit an offer without an inspection, you were not
right. You were just kind of put off to the side. So now you can actually ask for all those things, negotiate, and reach a compromise. But again, as long as you're comfortable with the sales, with the cost every month, knowing that you're able to refinance in the future, and I think a lot of people ultimately understand when I tell them that because it's better to buy now if you're comfortable with the monthly payment and it's within your budget to do so, and refinance a short term later because we don't know where the economy is headed, but if we're headed towards a recession, like some articles that I've read are indicating, the rates are going to go down, inventory is still going to be the same. Now you've got more buyers competing for houses that just aren't available. So that automatically you'll have to sacrifice whether it's a home inspection, whether it's closing cost credit or help. So it just depends on what's more important to you. So I think a lot of people eventually come around and they understand that. And nothing lasts forever. So once rates get better, you refinance. The cost to refinance typically is not that much anyway. So I think a lot of people take that into account as well when they make their decision.
Yeah. So right now, going in the market, trying to buy, you can definitely get a better deal where you can get a house that the seller will be open to make repairs. You may be able to get help with closing costs.
Correct.
So therefore, you're going to be getting better terms than you would.
That's right.
If there was a lot of buyers out there.
That's right.
Can you tell us a little bit about how will the buyer go from buying right now and refinancing later?
Well, I always tell buyers that if they're going to refinance in the future, it really only makes sense to do so if you're going to be able to save at least 1 percentage point. You want the cost of the refinance to make sense in terms of your monthly benefit, right? So how much is my payment going to reduce if I refinance at this newer rate? So I normally say if you can save 1 percentage point or more, then it's probably worth it. And we can always run those numbers for you so you can kind of figure out also how long you're going to be in the house. Is it worth it to refinance? Is that cost? Is there a benefit to taking on that cost? So I think there's lots of questions that I would have for someone who wants to refinance to see if it makes sense for them to do so or not. But that's typically the rule of thumb that I have.
Gotcha. So right now, even though you may be going into a house where you're going to be paying a higher rate, there's always that possibility, that things will change.
Right.
You can refinance and go to a lower rate.
Correct. Yeah, correct. And I think that nothing lasts forever. Everything that comes up comes down. Rates have gone up exponentially.
We've seen it before. It's happened before.
Right. Yeah. And really an interest rate of something in the 7s is kind of on par with history. So I just think that we have kind of that recency of, well, the rates were 2% and 3%. It's very unlikely that we'll see that
ever
again, or at least for a very, very long time.
Exactly.
So ultimately, I think, see what the best rate is that you can get. Make sure you're comfortable with that payment, knowing that you can eventually refinance when things improve.
All right. Well, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. Thank
Thank you.